I want to state off rip, I am not a huge fan of Superman as a character. I understand that people are Superman stans. I am not. As you can see over here, maybe you can see, maybe you can't. This is my favorite superhero right here. This is Hal Jordan, Green Lantern of Earth, the greatest Green Lantern of all time. This is my favorite DC superhero right here. Okay. And I am of the personal belief that Green Lantern can, would, and has defeated Superman. But that's a story for another day. So I am excited to watch this Superman show. All jokes aside, Superman is an iconic comic book character, and I'm hoping that this story does a reimagining of him in a different way and makes him a little bit more edgy, because I like my Superman a little bit more edgy. So I'm hoping that's the case for this show. My Adventures with Superman is the name of the show. I am actually excited to watch this show. Like I said, it is a new Superman show, but I'm excited to watch it because it's a new animated comic book show. Like I said, if you listen to episode 1 of the podcast, I'm a huge fan of Young Justice. The Justice League Unlimited back in the day was really, really good. Then you had what's some other ones? You had the Batman animated series in the 90s, which is really good. DC has always done really well with their animated products. They have not done that well at all with any of their live action stuff. So like I said, this right here has me really excited because the track record for DC with their animated properties are very, very good. And I'm hoping that this is really good. So without further ado, yeah, let's just get into it, man. Like I said, I'm super excited to watch this show. Superman is not my favorite character, but I'm hoping that they do a really good job with his character in this one. So you guys tell me what you think about the animation. Because I'm not sure. When I saw the previews, I wasn't sure if I liked this style of animation. So he just like low-key activated his powers. All right, so I like this because we're not getting the normal, like, Krypton blew up, got sent to Earth, he's in Smallville. We're skipping all that, and he's already a kid, and he's just now learning about his powers, which is kind of awesome. Got to do the cat in the tree situation. That's a Superman staple, you know. So I want to say a couple things right now. A couple of changes I'm very much enjoying. They made Lois. I'm assuming that that's Lois, the girl that he was just talking to in the convenience store or the bakery, whatever. I'm assuming that's Lois. They made her ethnic. Jimmy, black guy, awesome. There are some comic books where Jimmy Olsen is a black guy, so it's not that much of a change. Lois is generally a white female, obviously. So I like that little bit of a change so far. I like that he isn't in full control of his powers yet. I think that that's a welcome change as well. And I like the age range that he is in, which it seems like he's in college, maybe about to graduate, have already graduated, doing graduate school, whatever. But he's about to go work at the Daily Planet. So I like the timeline that this is setting up right now. This is setting up for multiple seasons for him to grow into the Superman that we will eventually see. So I like that.
Huh? Hey!
Yo, Jimmy, what?
Someone take care of this.
Okay. What is Jimmy doing? Like, you're supposed to be a photographer and you're taking pictures of criminals. Don't sit in the open, man. Yeah. I don't like the look of these robots. I mean, and I do have to remember he is still like adolescent and still like not adolescent, but like he's still a young adult and he's still like trying to get used to when and where and how to use his powers in a real way. And I wonder what power set they're gonna go with for this Superman because, like, does this one have heat vision, frost breath? Like what do we got here? He obviously has the strength from the flight. You know, but what else? What else do we have? You know? So it's what I'm looking forward to. What else do we have here? Alright, so maybe now we'll see Superman's power set in this show. Or at least his starting power set. Before he levels up. And I want to see how long it takes them before they figure out that Superman is Clark Kent. It seems like it's pretty obvious at this point. What is this? This was like some like transformation or something. Obviously, he got healed from that. So his powers aren't active. They're passive, it seems like, in this right now.
Are you?
He has to activate, or it seems like his powers are not passive. Excuse me, that he has to activate his powers. What it seems like so far.
A normal man having a normal day, huh? Who am I?
Clark!
I think we just found a mistake right here.
Being selfish and just left us, but you came back.
Because what I saw is there's a frame.
Sorry.
She grabs Jimmy, and then in the next frame, she's not holding him.
Jimmy, please tell me you got that.
Chat, you see that?
I have pictures of a man fly. Clark?
Chat, look at this. Chat, what are we doing?
You're okay.
Jimmy, please tell me you got that.
What was that?
I have pictures of a man flying through the air.
She was holding him, and then in the next scene, he's just not next to her. Like, that's animation error there. Some takeaways from the first episode. Like I said, I like the age range of Superman in this one. I like the how they're building Lois's character, building Jimmy's character to be very different from each other. Jimmy's the comic relief. Lois is the strong female lead. And then you have Clark Kent, who is different from Superman, being the feeble, clumsy, mild-mannered reporter that he's always been. But I do like, so those are things that I like. Another thing that I like is how his powers are being portrayed, where he has some of his powers, where he has the flight, he has some enhanced strength. Obviously, he was fighting the robots, but then when Lois was in real danger, he activated the S on his chest, whatever that means. So I'm excited to see where we're going with his power set and how they're going to kind of dole out his powers, because I like that they didn't start out with him just being, I'm super strong, super fast, I can fly, laser beams out of the eyes, ice breath, like all the kind of stuff. I like how he has to kind of tap into his powers. So I like that. I think so far this is a W. I'm a little iffy on the animation. The animation of the robots in this one was kind of tough, to be honest, but it's the first episode, you know, and then obviously we clipped that little part where she runs, grabs Jimmy, and then in the next scene, Jimmy is out of her grasp, but she's still grasping to where Jimmy was. So I don't know. Maybe that's something where like it's just they cut out a scene or a frame or something like that to where he like moved back quickly or something like that. But obviously there's something missing there, and it was a little bit weird. Definitely took me out of the story for a little bit. But other than that, I think it was a W first episode. I mean, as far as first episodes go, we didn't have to see the overdone Superman origin story with Krypton blowing up, him getting sent to Earth, going to Smallville, all that kind of stuff. In the first scene, it's kind of just understood that that part of his story. So I like that. It's probably going to revisit that situation over the course of where the show goes. But the first episode, like I said, overall W.
Who am I?
All right, so this part right here with him, I'm vibing with because this is one of the things that I feel like this show is going to explore with Clark, Lois, and Jimmy. Who are they as people? Okay, what does it mean for Clark to be not of the earth, not to be human? What does that mean for him? How does that shape him going forward? And this is also the question of to get like deeper on this is nature versus nurture. You know what I'm saying? Like if his father is an evil dude, which from that little projection right there, it seemed like he was a little bit on the sus side, versus his parents from Smallville who raised him, you know, from a baby, taught him the values, all that stuff. So is it nature versus nurture? So we got that going on already out of the gate. And I like how they're doing this little twist on the origin story, where it's not just a little pod and all that kind of stuff. I like that. We're looking good. We're looking good. We're looking good. I'm still not a Superman fan, but I'm a fan of this show right now. You couldn't animate the rest of the buildings? What am I looking at here? Chat, why does this show look like it's not finished? Like it has a great story. What am I looking at? Why are all these buildings white? You couldn't just like color them in like these you can't see my cursor, but like you have these buildings in the front that are very detailed. You got the windows, all that jazz, and then you got the guys that are just in the back, you know, on the left and the right that are colored in but don't have detail. You couldn't hit the background with the just the colors? What is this? Is this an animation choice? Because it's not good. I don't like it. Crazy. So chat, this seems to be an animation choice, okay? Because these back here, these cranes in the back, they have some detail, but they're not colored in. So this seems to be an animation choice, which I am not a fan of at all. But, you know, we will wait and see. Maybe it gets, you know, maybe it grows on me. But me personally, it takes me out of the story when it's not animated. I don't want to say properly because no one can say what the proper animation is. But when it's not animated in a certain way, it takes me out of the story. Chat, I'm sorry if I'm being like extra critical about this show right now, but like
this, John.
I have a really high standard for DC animation, and right now it's not meeting it in terms of the animation itself. The story, I feel, is with the direction that they're taking
Is
it
it just me, or is this bigger
is
than it used to be?
really good.
All right, well, the boat's not here.
Again,
I say we go back to my plan.
this seems to be an
Yes, that's the
animation
spirit,
choice,
Jimmy.
but when I
Support
see
your
it,
boss.
No,
it
not that. I
hurts
found
my
the boat.
eyes, and it takes me
Superman,
out of
here
the
we
story.
go.
Like, just color them. Just color the cranes.
Or not.
You did all the
Whatever.
line work, just add the color. Okay. Hey, yo, what? So you gotta... I do enjoy the suit. I definitely enjoy the suit. The power-up situation where he transforms. I mean, I enjoy that situation. I don't mind the classic suit, and obviously this is the classic suit with a modern upgrade, so let's check it out. Yeah, don't like it. Don't like it. I don't like it, man. Just put the underwear away. Still don't like the suit. I would prefer no undies. Okay, this is a cool detail as well. Him cleaning up after the devastation. I think it is awesome. So I like the little detail about him cleaning up the city. Superheroes do all the like saving and stuff, but then like in Marvel they have the damage control who comes and cleans up after the superheroes. So that's super funny that they had him clean up. I think that's a little detail that's hilarious.
Open your front door. Who are you people?
Oh, that's easy, Willis. We're the good guys. Now tell us everything you know about Superman.
Hey, yo! Let's go. What a reveal at the end. Yo, to get Amanda Waller at the end of episode 2, that is insane. Yo, okay. I'm a bit of a fan of this show. There's some definite issues with the show for sure. We pointed them out. It didn't say her name in the episode, but they said it in the episode description, and it's Livewire. I remember Livewire. Oh man, pure electricity. Just and you saw the seedings of it right there. I just couldn't remember the villain name, so that's good. So Superman has his first villain, Livewire. We got Amanda Waller. We have two. I would say that the guy might be Rick Flag, maybe the leader of the Suicide Squad, but way too early to say that. You know what I mean? Don't know. Oh, but that it's coming out. It's coming out bangers right now, bangers. So, like I said, not a huge Superman fan, but I'm liking the direction that this show is going, minus the minor issues. The animation in certain points takes me out of the story. Obviously, that part in episode 1 with Lois and Jimmy, the holding, not holding, that situation kind of took me out of it. So there's some issues with the structure, the outer structure of the show, I would say. Just some little things that they missed, and maybe these are intentional quirks of the show, but for me those things take me out of it. But the time point in which we meet our characters, which is still unclear. They're interns at the Daily Planet, so they are either out of college or still in college, but their college age range, so probably like early to mid 20s, I would say, is where they're at right now, if not a little bit younger. So that's really good. I like Jimmy as the comic relief. I like the chemistry between Lois and Clark. It's really, really good right now. And Jimmy being the wet blanket, or the thwart to their romance is, it's exactly how it's supposed to be in a trio of this nature. I would expect at some point for Jimmy to develop feelings for Lois, that being a storyline. I mean, it's kind of just kind of where I see that. Just a little guess right there, a little theory. 2 episodes in, but I'm very satisfied with this show so far. And outside of the animation and those other little quirks of the show, man, it's definitely won me over, and I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that for sure.